Hi, welcome to Bubble Talk with Burge. Are you ready to get burged and are you ready to explore your bubble talk? You might ask me, Burge, what is bubble talk? It's that subconscious thought that keeps you from getting what you want. You ever see those cartoon characters above your head and that's what they're thinking? Well, sometimes what you're thinking and your subconscious thought and your conscious thought are not aligned. And so oftentimes you might not be able to get exactly what you want when you want it and why you want it because your conscious and your subconscious are not aligned. Hi, Ellen. Hello. Ready to get burged. Awesome. Hi, Debbie. How are you? So I see a lot of people already coming on. That's awesome. Hey, Tamra. Love you. So yes, today is Bubble Talk Day, everybody. Every Tuesday and Friday, if I'm not traveling or teaching, I'll be there at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'd love to have your comments and have your shares and have your thoughts about what we're talking about today. And Bubble Talk with Burge, usually what I do is I pull one of our cards, one of our Essence of Being cards, and you can get your own at essenceofbeing.com. Would love to have you pull your own every day so you can have an inspiration. Hi, Vicki. Get ready for the Conscious Leadership Academy, girl. We're happening next year, so we're getting all ready, working all the details out this month. So we're working very hard to make sure that our new platform and everything for our Conscious Leadership Academy starts in January, and it's all next year. So yay! So what is Conscious Leadership Academy? I just want to give you a shout out about that, and then we're going to pull a card for you to focus on something, okay, this week. And I'm going to give you a challenge. So hi, Kip Ann. So here's the thing. You are a conscious leader. So sometimes if you get depressed, or maybe you feel like you're doing this on your own and that you're alone, or maybe you feel like you should have accomplished more than what you've accomplished at this point in your life, or maybe you just want to play bigger, or maybe you just feel frustrated sometimes that you're not in the exact place you want to be in. And as a conscious leader, we take these choices and consciously choose to create something different. And what I mean by leader, those of you out there going, I'm a leader, I'm not a leader. A leader, you can be a leader of one, or a leader of a family, or a leader of a business, or a leader of thousands. It really doesn't matter, because what we're doing is we are building a global movement of conscious leaders empowering other people to create a win-win world. And I can't do it alone, and neither can you. So be watching out for all of our emails and all of the things on Facebook and on essenceofbeing.com. You can actually click on the Conscious Leadership Academy, and it's a year-long membership, okay? So definitely check it out. Join us, because we need you in the world. Whatever your desires are, whatever your goals are, whatever your wishes are, whatever your legacy is that you want to leave behind, we want to leave this planet better than how we found it. And boy, do we need help right now. So come join us, support this conscious living and this conscious leadership academy, and support yourself in doing that. Hi, Karen. Hi, Michelle. I miss you guys. So you'll listen to the recording. I'll be posting all of this on Facebook and all these other places so that you can look at the recording again if you missed the first part of this. But it's really, really important that you know, no matter where you are in your life, that maybe you could do some, I don't know, have better relationships, okay, in business or in your life. Or maybe you want to have better communication skills. That's important. Or maybe you want to up-level your prosperity consciousness, or realize that you are worthy and that you are enough. Or maybe you just want to know how to stand in your power and have the courage to demonstrate your integrity, your contribution, and live your purposeful life. So join us, and we're going to help each other do that, okay? Hi, Miss Maya. So I'm really excited about this whole thing coming up next year. We're very excited about it. But for now, here's what I want to do as a conscious leader, and those of you watching and those of you on the recording, this is my challenge to you. So I'm going to pull a card from our Essence of Being deck to see what our actual challenge is for this week. Okay. It is. Can you see that? Tell the truth with compassion. Can you see that? Tell the truth with compassion. All right. And I talk about this a lot. A lot of us, maybe we're afraid to tell our truth. Challenge me, babe, Karen says. Okay. Hey, Rainey. So, yes, all of our leaders are on. Yay. So here's the thing about being challenged. Karen, if you really want to be challenged, I challenge you to speak your truth with compassion. Okay. So what is that? What does that mean? So not being afraid to say what we think or feel or believe, not being afraid that we're going to hurt somebody's feelings, and not being afraid that we're responsible for somebody else's feelings, but being able to stand in our integrity of who we are, in other words, holding our shape, not letting anybody pull us aside one way or another and try to turn us into something that we're not. Okay, or that we're not trying to prove ourselves to anybody, because we are powerful and we are whole and complete within our own integrity. It's like the integrity of steel. Okay, getting better at speaking my truth. I'm glad, Kip Ann, that's good. And the piece that I'm adding here is speaking your truth with compassion. Okay, so compassion for yourself and compassion for others. Let me read you what it says. It says, for me, the truth is. So again, I've said this before in all of our Essence of Being programs and perhaps in these videos, but those are great words to say. For me, the truth is. So when you talk to somebody and you say, for me, the truth is, they can't argue that. Hi, Wally. They cannot argue that that's not your truth. Now, they can disagree with you. Okay, but they cannot say that that's not your truth. So a really great way to stand up, show up, play big, and stand out and speak your truth with compassion is saying those words, for me the truth is. And when you do that, you kind of set a tone for the communication. You kind of set a tone that says, hey, don't challenge me that this is not real for me because this is my truth, okay? You may disagree with me, but you don't have to get into an argument about it. Yes, it is the compassion part, but at least I'm conscious of it now. Yes, Karen, definitely, because you're a conscious leader, okay? So that's what I mean by this conscious leadership that we are creating in the world with this global movement. So you'll be talking with people from all around the world that are doing great works out there and great things, and really supporting each other, having a support team of people that are of like mind and that are wanting to make a difference in the world. Is that you? I know it is, because you're listening to my Bubble Talk series. So tell your truth with compassion. For me, the truth is a powerful way to communicate. Have compassion when speaking your truth. Now, the techniques of how to do that is having empathy. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes. To say things like, instead of reacting to something that someone says and just shutting down, because many of us, we freeze. Some of us like to fight when we're affronted. Some of us like to run. Okay, it's that flight, freeze, or fight syndrome. And so just acknowledge and challenge yourself this week. Do I run? Do I freeze or do I fight? And here's another way that you can actually become a conscious leader and become part of the growth of what you want, when you want to have more in your life and to be a lot more mindful, okay, is when you're speaking your truth, you can say things like, hi, Karen. You can say things like, I can understand that's how you feel. Or you can say, tell me more. Or you can say, I choose to believe a different way. Or, in other words, you're using I words, okay? Use I words when you're speaking your truth. And with the tone, it's really important. 38% of the communication that you give is your tone. So check your tone. So that's my challenge this week. Check your tone when you're talking to someone and you have a confrontation that comes up, or maybe you're just trying to have a team meeting, or maybe you're trying to talk to your loved one or family or whatever it is. Because again, as you heard on my power call from last month, sometimes when we get together with our family members, a lot of stuff can come up, right? A lot of our old patterns and behaviors can be triggered. So again, here we are in the holidays coming up, and it's really important to remember this, to speak with compassion, but tell your truth. Don't go hide away and not say anything. Tone is so important. You're right, Karen. It's 38%, okay? And 55% of communication is body language, all right? So that's why I love at least Facebook Live or Zoom or something. And of course, all my programs are experiential because it's really important to see the person, to feel the person, and most of us are longing for that connection. That's why I love live events, okay? So we're doing a lot of live events next year, 1 days and 3 days and those types of live events in conjunction with a lot of our stuff online, because we're going to have a whole bunch of learning online that you can use and utilize anytime, okay, through this academy, through our Essence of Being Conscious Leadership Academy. So with the challenge this week, though, I want you to just notice, do I run? Do I hide? Do I fight? And how can I choose to communicate with someone with compassion? Oh, Michelle says, using my skill set to successfully navigate the holidays with family. Thank you for that gift. Yes, ma'am. And again, go back and listen to Family, Kill 'em or Eat 'em on my power calls. That's on iTunes, on my podcast, on essenceofbeing.com. So it's really awesome. Hi, Nancy. Miss you. So yeah, if you listen to that podcast or listen to it on iTunes, it gives you a lot of great jewels to use when you're with family. The ones that can trigger you, okay, during these holidays. But tell your truth. Oh, here we go. Please like this message and also share it. And I would love for you to really just kind of maybe put in the Facebook groups or those things that you see this in, you know, where you're having challenges, really telling your truth with compassion, whether it's speaking up at all or whether it's being very aggressive and overbearing. Because that's not really going to give you what you want. And what I've always heard, one of my mentors have always told me, communication is the response you get. Okay, so if you're not getting the kind of communication you want, be mindful of, well, how you're speaking and how you're sharing. So again, as Karen said, 38% definitely is important with tone. 7% is that texting thing and the email thing because it's all written. So if you're just communicating with somebody over the holidays or even this week or any time and you're texting and you're emailing, they're only getting 7% of your essence. So I know you've been probably misunderstood before when you've texted or emailed, or maybe you have misunderstood someone because you didn't hear the tone or you didn't get the body language in it. And so we see things through our own filters, okay? So our filters are filtering out everything that we don't understand or everything that we're not used to in our subconscious mind and in our conscious mind. So just be mindful that when you are talking with somebody this week, just write, send us a little note on Facebook about, I started fighting again, or I started freezing and didn't tell my truth, or I shut down. That's freezing too. And also running and hiding, okay, is running. So I would say use the words "for me, the truth is." Say the words like, use a lot of I words. I feel, I know, I choose. And one of the greatest things you can say, hi Dana, Miss California. One of the greatest things you can say is tell me more. So that you can understand a little bit about what they're going through and look at it from their filter, to empathize with them and respect that person enough, okay, to say, wow, they must be going through something that I'm not understanding or I'm not really picking up. So it really takes a skill to stop and not react and say, what are they thinking or what are they feeling, or trying to see their perspective of things before you speak out of turn. And then tell it with compassion. Just don't shut down. Just say, hey Tisha Ann. Just say, hey, I am definitely wanting to share my truth, but I want to do it in a way that you can hear it and the way that I can be heard and you can be heard. Because I know that many of us during these holidays, maybe we feel like we're not being heard or not being seen, or maybe we're afraid to be heard or seen because of retribution or judgment or any of those old belief patterns that aren't working for us anymore. So I really invite us this week. Hi, Peter, miss you. So I really invite us this week to really check it in. Check in. Am I really telling my truth with compassion? Am I shutting down? Am I fighting? Am I running? Or am I just isolating? Because that's another thing that happens in the holidays. A lot of people isolate. Okay? And so, like I said, with what we are building together, it's all about connection. It's all about knowing that you are not alone and you're not doing this alone. And we long for that connection, especially in this digital world. Okay? So I just want to say, I appreciate all of you out there, and I'm telling my truth. For me, the truth is, I love being able to speak to you this way. I love hearing from you as far as what you're going through, because listen, it takes a village and it takes a healing forest, and that's what we are in the essence of being community, and many, many communities together. We're growing and learning and creating together. So join us in this Conscious Leadership Academy. Go check that out. Go to essenceofbeing.com. Click on Conscious Leadership Academy and check it out so you know what it's going to be all about next year, okay? So that you can join us in this global movement, because you make a difference and tell your truth with compassion. And you've been Burged.